then both would be able to have exactly what they wanted. One woman would have the whole orange flesh, the other one would have the whole peel. So much conflict arises because people don't listen to each other and find out what people really want. It also happens because people don't trust one another. And the first part of ending conflict is to develop trust in the opponent.
How can you develop that trust? How can you see the whole orange? How can you say, let's share this orange?
You have to out of necessity, because our world is too small to have a conflict. There were two of my disciples were in a boat in the Pacific Ocean, sailing from Australia to Canada. They're both with their wives, so there's two couples, two husbands and wives. Halfway on the journey, the engine had problems, so the two men had to go into the engine compartment to try and fix up the problem. As they were fixing up the problem in a very cramped space, they got irritated at each other. The irritation grew into an argument on how to fix the engine. Soon they were shouting at each other and threatening each other out of a disagreement on how to fix the engine. Eventually the argument got so strong that one of them threw down the wrench he was holding and said, "Right, that's it, I'm leaving." He was so mad with anger, he went to his cabin, washed, changed into some nice clothes, packed his bags and appeared on the deck carrying his bags. It was only when the two women started laughing at him that he realized he was in the middle of the ocean with nowhere to go.
So he can leave.
He could not leave. So he was red in the face, but he did the only thing he could do. Turn around, go back to his cabin, get changed into work clothes, and go back into that engine room to help. Whether it's a country like Thailand, whether it's our whole world, we are like in a boat. We are surrounded by nowhere to go. So we have to work together. There is no choice. Otherwise, our whole country sinks. Our whole world goes down. Understanding the priority of cooperation, that this is more important than anything else, means that we put our ego aside for our love of our country, for the care for the world in which ourselves and our children will live for many more years. Developing priorities is important.
It's so hard to get people to realize that these days in a conflict.
And that's my job and the job of others.